Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. One of the first toys I had as a kid, and one of my favorite. I finally found what it's called. It was a VTech Little Talking Scholar. You had these educational cards that you could put into this device, and it would read it based on these dots on here. And it drove me crazy because the machine ate batteries like crazy. I remember it taking 4 AA batteries, if I remember correctly, and it would last like a week, and we would need new batteries, and drove me crazy. Back in the good old days, you didn't have delivery where you pressed a button and batteries came like a subscription, right? You actually had to go to, if I remember correctly, we had a Hills department store. We didn't have Walmarts or Kmarts at the time, right? We're talking early 1990s. And I vowed, this was the toy that made me vow when I grow up, I got to invent a battery that lasts forever. And I'll get back to the project soon. I've taken a break from it. But I thought about the radioactive elements that I picked up in our household dust. And the reason household dust is slightly radioactive is that the small amount of radon in the air decays into lead-210 and polonium-210 and attaches itself to dust. And I'm thinking when I collect enough of that stuff to generate it, to make an RTG, the first thing I'm gonna do is to power a VTech Little Talking Scholar, because that was the whole reason why, as a kid, I wanted to invent a battery that lasts forever. Unfortunately, even that won't last forever, right? 138 days times however many half-lives you get out of it before it becomes useless. Although I thought about the idea of, because polonium-210 is so useful for lunar missions, I thought about the idea of generating it in situ in space, right? So the other way to make polonium-210 is to bombard bismuth with neutrons, so you could pack bismuth and use neutrons from outer space to activate it during the mission, right? Then your mission can go on forever, right? Right now, as I speak, Voyager 1 and 2 are dying because they have plutonium 238, I think. It decays into uranium-234, which has way too long of a half-life to be any useful. And it doesn't have a mechanism to reactivate. But imagine if Voyager had bismuth instead. Practically none of that would have decayed, even during the 50 years, right? And then you could add neutrons that you accelerate somehow in space, right? Then Voyager could go on forever, right? Anyway, it's probably one of the first things I'm gonna power, because that was the whole inspiration. I was 5 years old at the time, and I remember after my mom had refused to take me to Hills to buy batteries one time, I pounded the table and said, when I grow up, I want to invent a battery that lasts forever. Good memories. And I might realize that one day. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.